Hey everybody, Brandon Swanson here from MVP, and I am taking a look at the Georgia Bulldogs, doing a little preview for them, and Mark Richt, out after 15 seasons as the head coach there in Georgia. However, a move that I think needed to be made. 10-3 last season, that's what the Bulldogs went. And they said, Mark Richt, nope, not going to happen. You're not going for year 16. Not under us. And, it's a shame for Mark Richt, but I think that he's going to be okay. He goes to Miami. Enter Kirby Smart. And under Mark Richt, an offensive-minded guy. And things just did not go well for him. Georgia this past year, they ranked 83rd nationally in their passing game. That was not good. But like I said, you enter in Kirby Smart. Complete opposite of what Mark Richt was. Offensive-minded over here, defensive-minded with Kirby Smart. But where did Kirby Smart come from? That's the biggest thing for me. The Alabama Crimson Tide. And look at the defenses that they've had. Look at the teams that they've had. Nothing but success for Alabama, it seems, ever. Really in their history. However, that's not exactly true, but that's what it's been lately. That's what people know them for, and especially for not giving up a lot of points. So Kirby Smart comes over, and I think that people may be thinking, okay, Smart is this defensive guy. How is he going to look on offense? Well, he knows who the good assistants are. So he brings in offensive coordinator, quarterback guru, Jim Chaney. So Smart is smart. Okay, punny, very. But he brings in Chaney because he knows Chaney knows what to do with the quarterbacks. Smart knows what he needs to do. He knows what his guys need to do. And Smart's going to focus on the defensive side of things. So you take a look at the couple of quarterbacks that they're going to have. They're going to have Grayson Lambert, who I think that Georgia is going to go with. Then they'll have Jacob Eason, a fifth-year player there. And then you've also got Bryce Ramsey. So you've got three guys who you can look at. I think Lambert ends up taking it. But the bigger thing for me, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb on the ground. How is he going to fare? How is he going to do coming back from just a horrific injury last season? He was having such a great year. I think that Nick Chubb, depending on what he does, is the X factor on this team. Is he able to go right away? Does he have the full workload? Is he able to hold up an entire season? Those questions, hopefully yes. He's able to go right away. Hopefully yes, that they give him the full workload. And yes, he holds up for an entire season, but we may not know that until midway through the season because who knows if he starts game one? Who knows if he's ready to go? I'd like to think that he is. But Georgia is obviously the best to know that, but Nick Chubb, I think, is going to be the huge X factor for them and also the offensive line. They'll lose two starters, but two starters that really were a big reason why Georgia struggled down the stretch. Two starters who it was kind of holes in the offensive line. Hopefully they're able to fill those and give their quarterback, again, Lambert, who I think it's going to be, and Nick Chubb, some running lanes to be successful. On the defensive side, that's where Kirby Smart is getting really excited because he inherits a really solid group of guys defensively. And I think that when you look at what they did last year, Georgia, again, 10-3. Ricky Widmer and myself talked about this on our SEC podcast earlier in the week. And we talked about, and I said, I don't think Smart does worse than 10 wins. I think he could do better. I think that you would expect 10 wins out of Kirby Smart. With this team, with this offense, that I think that if you get, again, I keep saying it, the X factor is Chubb. How does he do? That's going to be the big X factor. But depending on what he does, this defense that's already solid, I think up and down defensively, 10 wins should be easy. 10 wins should be easy for Georgia. You take a look at their schedule, week 4, September 24th, on the road at Ole Miss. That's a game that I think is going to be pretty good. This could be one of those games where Ole Miss could definitely surprise you, come out and blow you out. You could come in and blow them out, or it could be a really tight game. I think that's kind of how Ole Miss was last year. There'd be some games where Ole Miss would come out and just, boom, they put up a lot of points. Then other games, you're like, okay, here they go. And they scored 16. So I think Georgia really, that's going to be a really good game on the road. Then they come right back home against Tennessee the week after. Those are the two big games. Those are the two big games, and they happen in the first half of the season. On the road at Ole Miss, at home versus Tennessee. This Georgia team is very promising. It's a new breath of life that has been breathed into Georgia football. And that breath of life is called Kirby Smart. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning into today's preview. And something else to tune into, Monday, August 8th, we are dropping a track from Mark Webber's album. Yeah, he hid it from all of us. And of course, his album is called Silence of the Lambs. Just kidding. Silence of our soul, or of his soul. Maybe your soul. Maybe soul food. I don't know. I really am not sure. This is a complete shock to all of us. When I got in here today, Ricky's like, yeah, Mark's got an album. I'm like, fucking what? Excuse me. I don't know what you're talking about. Mark Webber? Mark Webber? He doesn't talk. How can he have an album? Anyways, check it out. It's going to be good. I'm assuming, because I haven't listened to it, I have no idea. But check it out, okay? Just do it. Do it.